basketball operations staff in a process that involves watching hundreds of games in person. I can't tell you how many more on tape. Involves studies by our analytics people, involves studies by other professionals. He didn't even know he was being studied by, and all of those roads led to one place in particular, and that was to Kendall Marshall. So as a first order of business, I want to welcome him and welcome him to our family and our community. We talk a lot here about the 5 Ps, and I'm going to repeat them if I can: preparation, poise, perseverance, pride, and performance. There was no player in the draft that epitomized those 5 Ps more than Kendall Marshall, and there's a reason for that. And the first reason for that, and the most important reason for that, is the family and the background that he comes from. And I'm not talking about the fact that they're from Northern Virginia, which is close to Washington, which has a special place in my heart. So I'd like to introduce them and welcome them. His mom, Kim Marshall, his dad, Dennis Marshall. Unfortunately, his older sister, younger sister, second sister, right? Second in age, right? Kayla has got a big lacrosse tournament, so she couldn't be here. But we are honored to have the famous Kyra Marshall here. Stand up, Kyra, and say hello to everybody. Also, Alex Ratz is his representative, and Kate Foley are here, and we appreciate them being here as well. So I'm going to turn this over to Kendall in a second, but this is a young man who represents, as I said, everything that we want this franchise to be about, and in many ways what it has been about. And as we begin to move forward into the future, we can't think of a better young representative, and joining him with Markeith in the last 2 years will be getting us off on the right foot in the right direction as we move towards the future. So I'm going to let him answer questions. Anything Lance wants to add, or Coach, I'm out, they're up.
How's everyone doing today? Just want to start off by saying that I'm extremely happy to be here. Truly blessed to be in this situation. Best case scenario, this is exactly where I wanted to be. So I'm happy all things were able to work out the way they did. I'm excited to come in and work hard, develop myself as a player and as a person to contribute to this wonderful program. Had many great players that come through here and are still here. Guys like Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, Steve Nash now, Grant Hill. Guys that are respected on and off the court. Just to be able to learn from them is something that is very humbling and something that I'll take pride in and look forward to doing for the next couple of years on the Phoenix.
Kendall, can you tell us what the last 18 hours have been like for you since you were picked by the Suns, and just kind of take us through that time? I'm sure you probably didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Well, when I woke up Thursday morning, I was extremely excited. I was in a great mood. I'd say a month and a half prior to that, I was nervous, it was stressful. But I just wanted to really enjoy the draft. And I didn't really get to hear my full name called. Once they said Ken, my family pretty much went crazy. But I sat there, I was stunned for a while, to realize that I worked hard to get to this point and see some of my dreams come reality. It was a great feeling. And I probably slept about 3 hours last night. And get on the plane, I'm straight over here, and things are just moving fast now. I'm excited about it, and just want to make the most of it.
Kendall, you talked about this being the best case scenario coming to the Phoenix Suns. Yesterday, Lance talked about how he felt you really wanted to be here, and he really liked that about you. What was it about your visit here, or what is it about the Suns that you like that you feel makes this the perfect fit for you?
Well, obviously with the things on the court, I feel like I can be a great fit. You look at the way Steve Nash distributes the ball and how he's been able to be successful with that, and how Phoenix has been able to get up and down the court. I feel like I can strive in that system. But as well as off the court, I feel like there were great vibes between me and the management, the coaches, and I really felt like we really connected on and off the court, and that's something I was excited about. And I feel like if you want to be successful somewhere, it has to be somewhere that you're happy going and somewhere where it's going to work.
Is there a current NBA player where you maybe see yourself skill set wise, and then maybe is there another one where you maybe like to evolve your skill set too?
That's tough to say. I feel like I have a very unique game. There are players, such as Steve Nash. The way he uses pick and rolls and the bounce pass. I may try to steal things out of his game. Jason Kidd, is very versatile, and with being a big point guard, the way he's able to rebound, I'd love to take that out of his game. So I have so much to learn. I'm excited about it. And, I do plan on learning from those players that have been in this league for a while.
What was it about the way you were brought up or coached early that you developed that pass-first mentality where most stars growing up look to score?
You let my father tell it. It's his thing that he taught me. But he did keep me in the gym from an early age, just working on passing the ball. And then playing for Coach Williams at Carolina, he stresses run every time. And I don't know how fast he wanted me to run, so I figured I'd just go to the court. And, it worked for us, so that's something I take a lot of pride in. I feel like I can bring to any team.
You had mentioned during the college season that guys like Ricky Rubio make you excited about pass-first point guards being kind of coming back a little bit because they went real athletic over the past probably 7-8 years. Talk about that and how you think your game does translate to the NBA.
I think it's all about the team. You look at players like Westbrook and Rose who are extremely dynamic, and that's what their team needs. And then you have other guys such as Rondo and Rubio who maybe don't have to be 10 dunks and running super fast, but they're still able to get the job done. So I think it all depends on what the team needs, and hopefully what I'm able to bring to the table for the Phoenix Suns will make us successful.
Do you like that you're considered more of a throwback or a classic point guard, or do you think there's some modern twist to that in your game?
I don't mind it. I feel like I'm a very cerebral point guard, and I guess that's where the traditional point guard phrase comes from. I just try to make the most of the abilities that I have, try to contribute to whatever situation I'm put into.
Any other questions?
Can you elaborate a little on the cerebral side of things? Last night they said that defense is a team-oriented thing, and obviously that's one of your knocks is defensively. That's not one of your strong points. With your cerebral nature, do you feel you can be one of the either better or on-average defenders at the NBA level?
I feel like I can definitely get better. I know that's something that I have to work on, but I think the defensive schemes are highly underrated. People don't realize in the NBA with the spacing how important that is. So I'm looking forward to really learning those concepts and trying to make it as tough as I can on the opposing point guards in this league, because we are in a golden era right now. We have guys like Chris Paul, Westbrook, Rose, who are extremely talented in what they do. So I just want to come in and make the most of it and try to make it tough on them.
This question for Coach Alvin. Just tell us what you like about Kendall. What you feel he brings to the table.
Well, first of all, I think there's an old phrase about he's a player's coach. Well, he's a coach's player, I think, and by that I think it's almost as if you would have a coach on the floor. I love what he does as far as pushing the basketball. Obviously, we're an up-tempo team, but more so than anything, the cerebral part I think is really important. Where I think he's going to be a guy that can very much control the game. I love his size. 6'5". Point guards in this league usually do extremely well. I don't know. It's just something about him, and we talked about this a little bit because between Lance and Lon and John, we spent a lot of time just talking about players. But there was just something about Kendall when you meet him and he works out. He just it's something that stays with you, and you try to be objective and you try to be in a situation where but at the end of the day, I wanted him, and I think everybody else really wanted him, and those guys did a great job of I think of picking him and saying this is the guy you know, that I think we really need. You know, we talked about the kind of players we want to add to our team, and I don't think there's anyone in the draft that could have been any better for what we wanted and what we tried to do as far as adding a person to our team. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, I love the fact that he's such a super intelligent player, but I also love the things that he can do on the court. And I look forward to working with him, and I think it's going to be a great fit.
Yeah, I'd like to add to that. Also, Kendall, you left out one of the things that drew him to Phoenix, Hillstone, wasn't it? So he told us earlier. Yeah, but more importantly, I mean, Tim and Dennis, they did an amazing job, and you all will get to see that over the course of the next few years and going forward. That this young man, one, he is well beyond his years. He is a man, and he has the it factor, and he's dynamic in his personality. He has a great sense of who he is. He's not trying to be anything that he's not only as a basketball player, but as a person. And I think I can say this, Kendall, because you said it first. He's not the most athletic guy, and guess what? He's comfortable with that. I'd also like to add that no matter what happens through free agency, from our analysis, there is a risk of tough times in the near future. And you need a stabilizing force, not only in the locker room, but on the court, in the community. You need someone basically that can represent who and what we're about. And from A to Z, Kendall embodies all of those things. He's not the perfect person, just like none of us are, but he is the perfect person for us at this time in the organization's history. So we couldn't be more excited. Obviously, Lon's excited, Alvin's excited, as well as the rest of the organization. But this is a very, very special person, even before he throws his first assist.
I can tell you he's calmed me down. So.
Kendall, when did you first start imagining or dreaming about being in the NBA someday? Are you in a daze a little bit? Is it hard to believe you've actually gotten here at this point?
It is. You know, I really didn't think about the NBA much until the end of my freshman year in college. You know, guys asked me if I was coming back. I said, where would I go? it didn't dawn on me that I could be for the NBA just yet. So I guess once that question was asked to me, I was like, the NBA is a realistic possibility. At that point, it was just a matter of continuing to get better.
Kendall, do you feel any extra added pressure knowing all that Steve has accomplished here, with either playing with him or playing, in his shadow if he's not here?
Not at all. I'm just excited about the opportunity to be playing in this level. If he is here, it'd be somebody tremendous to learn from on and off the court. But that's out of my control. If he's not, I feel like I can still learn from other great veterans around here, and even through experiences on the court. So either way, I'm just excited to be here and the opportunity to get better.
You guys kind of made a group decision at North Carolina, the four of you guys, to not necessarily Tyler, he's kind of forced. But you guys came out together as a group. You mentioned your freshman year, you didn't really think about going to the NBA until you were talked about it. Was that something that was in the works or in the process during the summer? Did you have any thought of potentially leaving after your sophomore year before you had declared?
After my sophomore year?
Yeah, but going into your sophomore year, did you think that this might be the year, or did you feel like you might be there for a few more years?
Honestly, at the beginning of the year, it didn't start to hit me, maybe until later in the season. And, I started to realize that everybody's window of opportunity is the same, so I just wanted to take advantage of the situation that I was put into. And I felt like I was at my best in college when I had a lot of scorers around me. And the guys I was blessed with around me made me look good in that aspect. So I figured I'd take advantage of the opportunity.